Hi Libra, welcome to your May 2025 quick read. This Tarotscope is going to cover your general, career, and love reading, so let's go ahead and get right into it. What does Libra need to know about May 2025? Spirit, make it abundantly clear. What will the zodiac sign Libra experience in May 2025? What will Libra experience in May 2025, Spirit guys? What do we need to know about May 2025? Ooh, one more. Oh my Libras. Y'all cards is coming out. Bear with me. All right, so we have the Lovers in reverse, the Ten of Cups in reverse. We have Justice in reverse, okay? We have Eight of Swords in reverse. Ooh, Seven of Swords in reverse. Babe, the Strength card in reverse. And then we also have the King of Pentacles that made its way out. I'll kind of keep that to the side. I'll probably remove it at some point so don't get too attached to it, Libra. I'm not going to lie to you, Libra. I had hope because when I first seen the Lovers card, I was like, you know, sometimes we're talking about choices. And then the Ten of Cups came. And then the Justice card came. And then the Seven of Swords in reverse came. So, okay. So, just right off the bat, we're thinking breakup, right? Now, don't always think romantic. You know, honestly, with these two cards, it's definitely giving a more romantic, close-knit relationship. May have recently or is coming to an end in May. The reason why I say of recently is because I do think this is something that is continually affecting you. So just because it just happened, just because it happened in a previous month doesn't mean it won't have an effect on you right now. You see what I'm saying? So it's a relationship that may have come to an end, or you feel like a relationship is ending because it's not meeting your expectations, right? You may feel like your partner or whomever this is, because also, again, it may not be romantic. This can be a family member. This can be someone else that you're in close proximation with. They're not meeting your expectations. They don't take accountability well. And for somebody, they make things extremely difficult. Also, keep this open, Libra, because this could possibly be you. It's as if it's hard to fully split because there's some unanswered things going on, or like some awkward moments, or like I said, one or both of you make it really difficult to fully split because, you know, maybe someone's fussing over the separation and they're fussing over this and they're fussing over that. If this is like familiar or platonic relationship, again, just extremely difficult situation. It's hard to talk. It's hard to just get, you know, a final situation going on here. And I feel like this is something playing in the background. Outside of the relationship, there's a lot of anxiety and a lot of anxiousness going on. So you may have a lot happening within your life in general. And anxiety doesn't always mean bad things. It just could mean that you're just like pressed for time. You have things going on you're in your head a lot. But this whole thing is playing in the background. So for example, if I'm talking to someone who's getting a divorce or who's going through a breakup of a long-term relationship, it's kind of like, yeah, we're going to school. Yeah, we're handling our stuff. But then we're on the front end. We're like, dag it, you know, this dummy didn't call me back with the information I needed, blah, 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 blah. Like, you know what I mean? It's like this thing in the back. And then with the King of Pentacles, that just solidifies it. This person is extremely difficult. And they may have like a little bit of a control issue and especially with the King of Pentacles centering around material items and like finances, they may have a tendency to hold money over your head. Things of that nature, like, you know, I don't know, you need something from them and they may not want to give it and blah, 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 blah. And again, I'm talking to a very specific couple. So if this doesn't apply to you, that's fine. But this may come up somehow in the month of May, okay? Otherwise, it seems like there's some honesty going on within self, Libra, with the Seven of Swords. When we think of Seven of Swords upright, it's typically a betrayal. But in reverse, it's a betrayal of self. There's something that we're not being honest about within ourselves. And so that may come to the forefront this month, and you may have to deal with it. You may have to confront whatever this is that, I don't want to say that you're hiding from, but you're almost ignoring it a little bit. You know, just kind of acting like it's not there and you don't really see it. Stuff like that. So we're working on our restraint. We're working on our accountability. We're working on our admitting when we're doing wrong or when we don't, where we have blind spots in our lives. And that may be a little hard, a little tough pill to swallow this month. But I really genuinely don't feel like this is like every day. Like, I feel like you're having a pretty standard month. But whatever this issue is that you're like, this reoccurring theme is that keeps popping up, that's mostly what you're dealing with, is like the concept of it, the mental aspect of it. kind of changing the way that you perform and do things. Because you may realize about yourself, like, oh, I operate a way that I don't really like, or this person around me operates a way that I don't really like. And what do I do about that information now that I know that? Okay? But let's clarify. What is going on in Libra's career and finances in May 2025? What are they experiencing in their career? Okay, a lot, apparently. Okay, we have nugget, small increase, valuable info, honest assessment. Okay. Tree, financial growth, coming to fruition, abundance. Period. So money's coming in, Libra. Come on. Award, money, winning money, payoff for effort, recognition. Period. And one more. Coffin. Bad investment, financial challenges, savings. Okay. All right. For the most part, money's coming in. As we've kind of stated. I'm sorry if y'all can't see this card. Y'all got all this little setup going on. Money's coming in for the most part. For some of you, I don't even think that money is tight, more than I think that there are like, you're doing the adulting things. You have bills, you have things going on that you have to pay for and that you have to focus on. So there may be a little bit of financial challenges in regards to that, because you're trying to figure out how to make it all work, how you're going to pay for XYZ. Again, if you're going through the divorce, how are we going to pay for the lawyers? If you're moving, you're like, how are we doing that? Like, whatever the case may be, there's something you're trying to sort out. So there may be a little bit of financial challenges around that. But for some reason, money just kind of works out. You get a small increase. For some of you, you win an award. This feels like, I don't know, you enter some sort of competition, or you enter some sort of situation where you can potentially win money and you end up being the winner, or you end up just getting some sort of little, lump sum for that. So you do get some sort of payoff that gives you a small increase so that you're able to pay off a bill. For some of you, it's just like a raise. You know what I'm saying? A deal goes through that you've been trying to make go through. You negotiate your salary well, something like that, and you get the increase that you've been looking for. We love that for you. So if you've been looking toward, like, this feels very intentional. If you've been waiting for some sort of increase, like you've been putting your intention towards manifesting or gaining some sort of increase, you get that this month, and or you see significant, I guess you can say, like positive energy towards that. You see that it's actually possible and it can happen. Okay. So I love that for you. A lot of you are building your career, and I will say, Libra, it does not feel like you're building your career just your like typical 9 to 5. For some of you, you're building a career that's outside of what like conventional work. So if you're some sort of artist, or if you're some sort of like business owner or anything like that, like you may be building something for yourself that's not attached to like regular work. And I love that for you as well. A lot of abundance this week. Just be careful about, running into those financial challenges. Taking an honest look at your finances too, with that King of Pentacles card. Just take a really good look at them. Don't overlook anything. Don't try to like, oh, I'll figure that out later. Nope. Because figure that out later could just put you right in the hole. Even though you have all this abundance coming in, even though things seem to be steady, doesn't mean that something can't come in and sideswipe you. Okay. Careers you can be in, you can, again, seek an advancement. You can work in a professional setting. You can have some sort of fame. You can be looking for a fresh start, steady work. You could be building your career. You could do outdoor jobs, family, business, stability, office work, night shift. You could have a job ending, which I don't sense that for some of you, but that's possible. All right. So let's get into your love and relationships. What's going on there? Because what's happening? What's going on in Libra's love and relationships in the month of May 2025? Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, y'all cards are coming out like butter. Secrecy, an affair, hiding something, use discretion, surprise, collaborate, risk, protecting, dying. Why? Shaking your head in disbelief, frustrated, annoyed, focus on the solution rather than the problem. Okay, y'all can't see that. I'm gonna have to start zooming these out, or y'all ain't gonna be able to see track. Puppet Master and Glam It Up. I mean, you can obviously pause to read those cards. I'm just trying to cut down on time, y'all. But Libra, and I'm going to speak very generally because this feels like something that could apply in multiple ways, in multiple situations. So I'm going to cut it, a little short. But Libra, it feels as though you are dealing with someone who, like, your partner may come out to be, honestly, a liar. I'm not going to lie to you. This person may be very manipulative. This person may have an intention. It's like you may find yourself like always finding out little tidbits about them. It doesn't always mean an affair, but for some of you, it could be like, okay, you told me this. Why did I find out you were doing that? You know, and that kind of creates that friction. You kind of realize that you've been being manipulated the entire time. Again, keep this broad because this may not even apply to your romantic relationship. This can be a friend, a family member, but I'm really feeling heavily a romantic relationship. For some of you, this is your ex. So again, you've already broken off from this person, but you find yourself finding out information and you were cheating on me the whole time. For some of you, you kind of have a little PTSD. There it goes. PTSD from that because you're like, I don't know. It's just like all of these things, you know, that I found out, all of these secrets, all of these lies. What the fuck? There's kind of like this game going on. That's one situation. Another situation that I'm picking up for some of you is that you kind of have these tendencies, and that the reason why we're doing these things is because we feel we're trying to get the other party to understand your emotions. So you may find yourself doing things or saying little things to get them to get it. You get what I'm saying? And you're just like saying these things so that they feel bad or so that they see your pain. No judgment here. We were human. We've all been there. So I'm just putting it out there. Like there's something amiss, and I feel like you're sick of it, or you've been sick of it, and you're just kind of like walking through it. Because I feel like some of you may, like you and this person may have broke up, and some of you may have a hard time with that breakup. So you just find yourself like saying crazy stuff to them just to like get them to feel away. Okay, and this is for people who are, you know, relationship and single, but there's something amiss afoot going on. Manipulation, control is going on, but there's some heavy codependent attachment issues going on here, okay? The next thing I'm picking up is that going out, trying to go outside. If you're single and, like I said, recently single, you may find yourself going out so that you can like make the ex jealous, or, you know, just trying to show out, trying to get your mind off of things, distract yourself. So it's definitely attracting people. I just wonder what's going on with the attachment. Okay, so I'm going to pull a few cards from this deck just to see what's going on. And I'm going to let you interpret it and close the read. Okay, so what else do you need to know about my Libras? What's going on with them and their love and relationships? Thank you. Jesus Christ, y'all get so many cards. Okay, Spy. Someone's got their eye on you. You are doing your research. Divorce. What did I say earlier? I don't be lying, y'all. I don't be lying. I promise I don't. Mercury retrograde. Electronic issues, communication issues, review everything. And then, yes, if you have a question about something, let us on your side. All right, my love. I hope this is helpful for you. Please let me know how you feel in the comments about this reading, and I hope you have an amazing May. Bye.